Oh, 30 years old. Still got the inside jokes. It will go forever. Welcome in to the Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast. Just a Kevin and Tyler show tonight, brought to you by FanDuel in 2025, as well as Grove Brewery and Graze. Go get yourself a beer, some chicken lips, sit down, enjoy the show. Also, down there on the YouTube, if you're watching, got that little QR code. You can go right to the apparel, all of the Washed Up Walk-Ons and Hawks by a Million merchandise right at your fingertips. Tonight, Kev, sometimes we sit down for this, we don't have a guest, and I'm like, shit, I got to come up with some stuff for us to talk about. But I think I've got a decent outline for tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Which always feels good. First of all, shout out to Eric Lewis on the resub. Guy's been around forever. Elite walk-on Army member. Saw that come through on the Patreon, as well as Joshua. And you guys can sign up on the Patreon. I can actually throw up the QR code for that one. You can join the Army.
What rank is Eric in the walk-on Army? Is he a general yet? Is he?
Oh God, whatever. I mean, if are we considered the generals?
I don't know.
Who runs the Army? Who runs the show? Is the general the top tier?
The general's top. I mean, unless you're kind of the president of the United States, he is the commander in chief.
I'm not going to give any of us that title, but if we're the generals, he's whatever is below a general. He's next. There's
5 stars of generals, so he could be a 1 star.
Okay, so
3 star, 4 star.
He can be a 4-star general or a 3-star, whatever. There's him and several others, 15 to 20 people they've been around for a very, very long time and contributed a lot, come to a lot of the events, participate a lot in the chats. And you could be one of those people as well. On the Patreon, you get the ad-free listening. Of course, the sponsorships are absent of that. What it is, it's a donation to the kids. Everything else is extra, but there are some good perks. Private Discord, all the fun stuff. On the YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button. We want you here all season long. We're going to be going live on YouTube, X, Facebook this year for the first time. So hopefully Kevin can control himself. And
are we live right now?
We're not.
Oh.
But we will be every Sunday and Wednesday night this season.
Something bad's going to happen.
Something bad, yeah. We'll be on Rumble soon enough. We're going to have to go to Rumble. We'll get canceled, I'm sure. How's the body feeling, by the way? Good. I've started tapering for my race. Oh, we are in the taper.
Just starting the tapering. Body feels all right, but not up to the level I want to be.
Yeah.
I got a goal in mind, and I just don't think I'm going to have it in the tank to hit it.
Yeah, that's mentally, that's tough.
Yeah.
I was exactly right there when my brother and I ran the half marathon that we ran last year.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, you're supposed to hit these paces in training, and you're like, there's been a few days I haven't been able to hit it. Had to skip a day here or there because I got some kind of thing flaring up, and it's like I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. So today was like my last moderately hard workout. Yeah. I was supposed to do it first thing in the morning. Got sidetracked. I'm gonna tell myself that I didn't do well because I did it in the hottest part of the day,
which does matter.
It does, and so that's what I'm going to tell myself to keep myself positive up here. But yeah, went out at the pace that like a little bit sub pace that I want to do for the run because I've swum and bike before,
right?
And just I had to tone it way back at mile 4. So
it's tough when you when you're trying to hit paces and that heart rate is just through the roof.
Yeah, it was maxed. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna die if I do another 5 minutes of this. So
I just got a new. I went from Apple to now I'm a Garmin boy.
Oh yeah.
Really
I have a Garmin chest strap.
Nice. I've got a Polar chest strap. People listening right now, there's such a just niche group of people that there's like 3 of you guys who are like, fuck yeah, they're talking endurance and training zones, baby. But this is what you get. It's the I want to check in on my guy, make sure he's feeling okay. And we'll talk about it a little bit.
And I'm going to carb load before the race. So
sure. And that matters too. it is wild how much temperature affects performance. Run it, like if you're just going to go run 5 miles, what you're able to put out at 50 degrees versus 70 degrees. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the Garmin's nice, man. The battery alone is a selling point. Like the battery, it's literally like 8 or 10 days worth of battery.
Yeah. I've had it for a year, used it multiple times a week for hours at a time.
Yep.
And I've not had to replace it yet. So,
so I hope you do well.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. When's this episode coming out?
It'll come out Monday. So we're recording this, and this is my next one. I wanted to see if you're excited. We're recording this on the 13th. Something big happening tonight, Kevin. Do you know what's happening on the night of us recording this? It's huge.
Wednesday, August 13th?
Yep.
I have no idea.
Taylor Swift's new album comes out tonight.
Oh, is that right?
You haven't been paying attention?
No.
It's all the rage today as we recorded yesterday. She's going on New Heights, the Kelsey's podcast. She's making her podcast appearance, dropping the album, giving all these hints. It's all over the fucking place.
I've heard that's become like one of the most popular podcasts in America now.
It's massive, and it's not in no small part because of Taylor's fan base.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like they adopted Travis as like part of that cult fandom.
Sure.
And so
like, sister-in-law is like the closest thing they're going to get to.
Right.
I guess Travis and Jason have their own podcast, but I can't imagine they get into too much of the Taylor Swift business.
Well, no, that's the podcast she's going on.
So, I thought
Kylie.
Jason's wife had her own podcast.
She does. Taylor's going on their podcast.
On the
Travis.
brothers.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's where she's announcing it. And so that's a main, primarily football podcast. But because they're all so obsessed with Taylor, all those fucking girls that never watch football, they go and listen to Travis and
you
Jason.
can probably sell an ad on that podcast, that single one podcast, like it's almost as much as like a Super Bowl ad.
Man,
how many listeners are you gonna get?
I'd have to run the numbers on that, but yeah, man. Yeah.
We did what? I don't know, 50 million, 100 million listens
on one episode, or month. I mean,
on that one singular episode.
Oh, on that one episode? Fuck. Yeah, you're probably going to touch, I don't know if it'll be 50 million. It'll probably be 20 or 25 million downloads on one episode. I know Rogan for a while there was averaging like 10 million downloads an episode. And I think this specific episode will do twice that.
Yeah.
It's absurd. It's so nuts, man. I just didn't know if you were aware.
I was not aware, but now
okay. I'm glad I informed you.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that for it.
Want to, for those on the YouTube, again, really, really recommend to consume this show as much on the YouTubes as you can this year. I'm going to share a little layout here. This here is a little layout that I just got today. Here's the list. It's sideways because I wanted to put the layout in the way that you'll walk into the trade room at Fry Fest. But these are all the people at Fry Fest. And over, where am I at? Over here, number 30, booth 30 at Fry Fest will be the walk-ons this year. Down here at the bottom of this, along the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the low number booths, that's where you walk in right there. We are straight forward on the back side of this small grouping here, right there, number 30. So take a screenshot, commit this to memory.
I want to know who's beside us.
I could tell you. Image 1 is 29 and Extreme Arena is 31. So to our right will be Image 1, whatever that is, and to our left will be Extreme Arena. So come by. We're right across from 34, which is one of the two most big setups there. And 34 is Rage Graphics. And I don't know what that is, but we'll be right there. Kind of in the middle of the entire thing. So we're excited to be at Fry Fest this year. Please come see us. If you come at the perfect time, potentially, maybe you'll have a Kevin sighting. It's like seeing a deer in the wild. You can get close. I don't know if you'll be able to touch, but you'll get close, maybe take a picture. I will be there. I think potentially my brother will be there with me because I'm going to need a little bit of help probably if I don't want to get overloaded. I don't think I'll be overloaded, but there could potentially be multiple people trying to buy merchandise at a time. We want to talk and see everybody. So that's where we're going to be. First time ever at Fry Fest. We're very excited, and we'd love to see you and talk to you. Love to make those connections with the Army. Venmo transactions.
Knew it was coming up.
If someone audited, I send you Venmos for stuff for the walk-ons, actually. Now, mine's private.
Yeah.
Smart thing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you audited those and actually went through the little notes that I've put in there before, I think I've sent you a couple eggplant emojis.
More than a couple.
Yeah. Probably said or tagged it with some words that were inappropriate. And that is sort of that's at least now, this is again going to come out 4 days later. And for those that hate that we pre-record these by a half week in the summer, you're almost there. We're going to be 12 hours ahead here very shortly. A guy named John Mateer, who's the quarterback for who?
Oklahoma now.
The Oklahoma quarterback, and then also a little bit of Arch Manning. Not as dramatic, but I think Arch Manning was tagging his transaction to his buddies as butt stuff. And John Mateer specifically had 2 transactions that said sports gambling, which it's so bad that it has to be a joke, right?
You'd hope so, right? You'd hope so.
There's no way somebody's that stupid. But that's kind of been the
but I mean, even if it is a joke, eventually that's just somebody's gonna say something about it.
Like you can't I don't know why you wouldn't put it as private. Especially if you're gonna make those jokes like that.
Right, yeah.
I think that scrolling public transactions on Venmo is actually my favorite feed to scroll. If I ever
used to do that every now and then.
It's like its own social media.
It was very interesting. Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's a wild thing to just keep public, honestly. Like I used to have it public back in college too.
Yeah, like when you first make your account.
Yeah.
But the amount of drug deals and little insights you can learn into certain people and certain relationships between people is unbelievable. Like how many people I know that you just see them and it's just they just put a grass emoji and it's $50 or a pill emoji. It's wow. Okay. So that's that was the drama of last week as you guys are listening to this. And if you're, if you don't want to get fired or get blasted online,
go check
for
out that
for Venmoing your buddies for adult toys and butt stuff, then make sure you put it on private. That's all I have to say. And I didn't pull this up. Hold on a second. I want to pull up a quote for you, Kev, and this is from one of the Nebraska coaches. Actually, you know what? It says right there. So Sam McEwen is a reporter for Nebraska. He posted, Nebraska special teams coordinator Mike Eckler says, quote, "We probably have the most disciplined team in America." End quote. Credits head coach Matt Rule, quote, "The infrastructure I walked into is amazing." I saw that tweet and thought, I disagree.
Gonna have to see it because that's not been true of that program for a long time.
There's 136 teams in Division I football. Is Nebraska the least disciplined? No. Are they somewhere in the middle? Probably. Are they somewhere even close to the top? With the way that they've lost to just us, but also just knowing how close of games that they've lost and the things that they do to lose those games. Oh, and then also throw in the fact that a disciplined team probably doesn't do the handshake bullshit that happened last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Against like a coach, coach has to come out after the game and was like, that was not planned. We did not tell them to do that. Like, that's not something that a disciplined team does.
Never give your opponent, quote unquote, bulletin board material.
No.
Even if it's right before the game,
Especially
sure, things could change this year. I mean, could have no turnovers and
0.
no mental errors, no blown coverages. And
Oh, by the way, Raiola last year,
field issues, and it's possible that they are the most disciplined team in the world this year. But
it's possible.
It's hard to change that in a year.
It would be one hell of a jump. Raiola was 13 touchdowns to 9 interceptions last year. Not a great ratio. Could be better. Should be better. Year 2. That's just an example to me though of how great coach, like when we were on the inside, like it's you and your guys, man. And everything everything's positive, right? It's about not only being and saying what you are and living it, but like you believe it. And you're going to tell people that it is what it is until it's disproven, especially coaches. And this coach, I believe, was under Pelini when he was head coach, and then went off to like the NFL maybe and a couple other jobs, then came back for this year, I think, which they need because their special teams have been bad for a while. It's just funny to hear that, man. He also said in a different quote that if he ran into 4 guys in a dark alley and he had to pick any coach in Division I football, he would take Matt Rule with him into that alley. I was like, okay.
That's just a poor choice.
I was like, we're really drinking our own Kool-Aid now.
I wouldn't take Matt Rule versus like 3 kindergartners, man.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure if I got caught by like 6 middle school girls that Matt Rule is the guy I'm taking into that fight.
Don't think of it now that Coach Fitzgerald is no longer with the Wildcats. He used to be like the number 1 pick for the Big Ten.
Oh yeah,
it's probably his replacement now though.
What's Braun? David
Yeah.
Braun?
Who else in the Big Ten head coaches?
Well,
you think can throw down in a fight?
I'm not picking Franklin.
No,
and I'm not picking Ryan Day. Ryan Day is like,
no, he's a pussy.
He's a Michelin man. KF 30 years ago, maybe, but you're not taking the 70-year-old, right? And out of respect to him, he's got more important stuff to do than fight my fights, right? Fleck is maybe an option.
Bielema, if he only in the first 45 seconds.
He's got
45 seconds, and you just gotta stay away from him.
Low stamina, but if he gets his hands on you, he might be in trouble with Bielema.
Yeah, if you get those bear paws on you.
Let's see. You're probably not taking Loxley. Signetti's a little older, but he
maybe. Nah.
Who else? Who's the guy at Michigan State? What's his name? John Smith? Something. Who you're not taking? Oh, maybe Michigan's head coach.
He's a little round too.
He's at least a little younger though, right? Big guy.
Fickle. It's probably Fickle, honestly.
You'd take Fickle over PJ Fleck?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Over PJ Fleck?
He's young. He's got energy. I mean, none of them are going to be a huge help.
He's one of those dudes that talks a lot of shit, but he would get his ass beat by, I think, 16 out of the head coaches in the league.
I think you're right. I think it's the Northwestern guy by a long shot.
It's either David Braun or it's Luke Fickle, probably.
Man, I hate to give Fickle any credit for anything. If you could sit down at Big Grove Brewery and have a beer with one other head coach outside of KF, who would it be?
Ooh.
You're gonna go to the Iowa City location, or you could go right down the road to Solon, the original tap room of Big Grove. And you're gonna sit down. You're gonna walk in. They're gonna have a table reserved for you and another active head coach with unlimited Easy Eddies at the ready. Who are you sharing a Big Grove Brewery meal and beer with?
Dang, that's a good question.
Not just Big Ten. Any coach. Any coach in Division.
Any coach.
Any coach in Division I football.
Hmm.
Great question, huh? I'd have to think about it.
Man, if Mike Leach was still alive, it'd be him.
Oh, he's for sure top 3. But R.I.P.
R.I.P.
What a fucking legend that guy was.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it, but until my dad reminded me of that when he died. But our air raid attack that we ran with Gimbal at Marshalltown was literally derived. Our head coach took that all from
you know where he came up with that system, right?
Somewhere in Iowa, right? Some D3?
Iowa Wesleyan, baby.
It Wesleyan?
Iowa.
Unfucking real. What a story.
Yeah. And then
Mike Leach would enjoy an Easy Eddie, guaranteed.
Oh, Mike Leach, yeah, for sure. He'd be a great time to have a talk with.
I think I wouldn't mind a conversation with Dan Lanning. I listened to him. I listened to him on the Bussin' podcast with Taylor and Will, and he was a good conversation. That was fun. Players guy. He's a guy's guy.
Trying to think.
I'd almost love to sit down with either Franklin or Fleck just to fuck with him. Just ask him some questions that just oh man, because they seem I don't know who else.
If they had a location in Columbus, Urban Meyer would be a good time.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh, Urban would be frequenting the Big Grove. Hell yeah. Shout out to Big Grove. Go get yourself an Easy Eddie. And in the comments below, any head coach in Division I football, tell us who you would go to Big Grove and share an Easy Eddie with. 1 hour conversation, any coach you want. I have a question for you, Kevin.
Another question.
This one is actually getting into a little bit more football here.
Yeah.
So we played for Iowa.
We did.
I think.
Once upon a time, it was a long
it's becoming a distant memory.
Yeah.
How did I know how we as a team sort of looked at success, goals? We sat down, there's a leadership group. We, not only in the in season, but the off season as well. How did you sort of individually look at, and I know again, because when we were players, it was one game at a time, but in hindsight, it's like our Christmas break and we're about to come back for the next year. How did you as a player look back and analyze, process our seasons in terms of success?
Like season's over, looking back at it?
Yeah, what made a season successful for you or not? What were the factors there? And I started to think about this question, was really curious of your answer, and then I was like, fuck, I don't even know if I have an answer.
I guess really in my mind, we only had one successful season. Maybe two. I can look at 2013 as being a successful season because the previous year we were 4-8. We weren't a part of that team, but it was just hey, we gotta get this train back on the tracks and head in the right direction.
Yep.
And we felt that at the end of that year. And I think there was a lot of excitement for the team going into 2014 because the trajectory was going up, right? We were back on track. Hawks were gonna be contenders again in the Big Ten West. I guess that would have been the first year of the West, but so I can make an argument for that. Other than that, looking back at 2014, I don't think anybody was very happy with how that year finished, and didn't meet expectations. Kind of a drag of a year. Calling for coach's head at the end of it.
Yeah.
So
people
2015. Yeah, I mean, I think we could feel really good about that, right? We're
overall
one play away from a Big Ten championship, and
An undefeated Big Ten championship.
An undefeated Big Ten championship going to the playoff. Christian McCaffrey got the better of us.
Yep.
I think if we played that on a field, like a turf field, that game's not that one-sided.
That game.
I look back at that every now and then, just because you're aware of it. We're slipping all over the place.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too.
And
where
for some reason, the Stanford guys aren't. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
They played there a lot. Man, that game, dude, is such a butterfly.
I mean, they were still way better than us, and they would still beat us probably 9 times out of 10. But I don't think they are beating us by 35 at halftime.
No,
if we're on a turf field or something like that.
I would love to, infinite universe theory that and see it play out differently, because I think it does often. Again, like you said, I don't know if we're winning half of those. We play 100 times, we win 50. I don't think it's that.
No, that team was hella talented.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
But I just think about, first play, they house it, and it's like immediate gut punch.
Mm-hmm.
Immediate, even if you're a Division I football player, a 12-1 team that damn near made the playoff, that's still, for every guy on our sideline, is like, oh shit, are we actually in for it? Like, that's a confidence thing. Like, and then it just spiraled.
But overall, successful year, right?
Yes, for sure.
2016, I think a lot of people had high expectations for us again. So did we. We had a high expectation. We saw how good we could be, when we executed the way that we knew we could. And disappointing loss to North Dakota State early in the year. Disappointing loss to Northwestern. Our defense just didn't show up that game. We get trounced by Penn State. Cool, yeah, we beat Michigan. Like, that's something to look back on that season with pride.
It's at least yeah.
It's something to pull from that season. Like, hey, good job there, right?
Right.
Beating the shit out of Nebraska is always fun.
Great.
Oh no, I was like, didn't get what we wanted out of that season. And then 2017, we knew we were young and really important areas going into that year, but 7-5 was still not the expectation. Also, like, damn close to being a lot better team. Like, one play away from beating Penn State.
So
Don't
I
know
guess
what the fuck happened versus Purdue.
Yeah, that was bad. I guess so. As you kind of explained that,
I mean, we have high expectations of ourselves, and I mean, talk to anybody else in our class, like, what years did you feel really good about at the end of each season? Like, one or maybe two, right? The
parameters start to show themselves, though. The things that you're basing a season on, like you said, the 13. I'm glad you brought that up. I agree. We went 8-4, but it felt much better because of where we came from. And so one of the factors is, where were you last year? What was your last final, product?
Mm-hmm.
And then where did that final product go 1 year later? That's a factor. And that's there's a lot of things that go into that, because how many players did you lose? Who comes back? Who's back on the coaching staff? What's the schedule look like versus the previous year? There's a lot of things that go into that.
Yeah.
But very clear that the 2012 year was the worst in the last, other than the KF's first couple of years, that's the worst year he's had. And then they come around and we are competitive against OBJ and LSU in a bowl game that year. Like, that was a successful season. There's some sort of, and I guess maybe each of us individually sort of thought of it this differently, maybe, but there is some sort of like expectation. Like, I think we can win X amount of games this year. I think we're an 8-4. I think we're a 9-3. I think we have potential to be a 10-2. And I think there's probably a lot of different opinions there, but I think that's sort of where the other seasons fall into. I think our senior year, we considered ourselves going into that year at least an 8-4 ball club.
At least, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and
like, we knew, like, first year quarterback, Nate actually had a pretty damn good year.
Yeah.
People gave him a lot of shit, but for a first year sophomore quarterback, he did a pretty damn good job with what he had. We had a couple tough schedules, right? We had Ohio State, we had Penn State.
Yep. I think in
You know,
16, what did we do? We won 8.
we went 8-4.
And I think that year, and maybe this is just sort of that, like, hey, you're always thinking you can do better. But I think that year we almost considered ourselves like a 9-3.
That year we had much higher expectations.
I think we were thinking 9-3 or 10-2, especially
this year was going to be good, but we weren't sure they were going to be top 5 in the country good.
Yep.
And we won that game, right? Penn State was actually not playing that well earlier in the season. I think they lost to Minnesota earlier that year.
Sounds right.
Either that or they played them close. I don't remember.
And that season's tough. That season's tough too because we come off the 12-0.
Exactly. Yeah, high expectations, and then week 3 we lose to an FCS team. Like, damn good FCS team. We prepared like they were the national champs that they were, and they just they beat us. Like,
they beat us. Yeah. They beat us. I think
that we laid an egg versus a Northwestern team we should have beat by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think we split. I think we split and Penn State, Michigan.
Wisconsin was a tough game, but we couldn't get anything going on offense that game.
I think we saw ourselves at minimum as a 3-loss ball club, potentially a 10-win team, and we dropped.
Oh, the expectation was 100% that we're going back to Indianapolis.
Yeah, and so those expectations sort of ebb and flow, right? Because the team is in different spots some years. This all comes around to I guess my next question is now out of the program, do you view it differently? Do you, as a fan and consumer of Iowa football, now place like a win expectation on the team?
Yeah. I mean, I have a general idea of like what you can expect this. Yeah, obviously we're not on the inside. We don't see.
It's tough.
Hey, so-and-so had a great offseason. Like, they're crushed in the weight room. Like, he's gonna be good on the field this year. Like, that nobody else gets to see that, right? Or, we're not in practice like, dude, so-and-so's lightening it up. Like,
we don't have our pulse on exactly what this team is capable of.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like in 2015, we knew that Drew Rott was going to have a hell of a year.
Oh, yeah, we were.
and he was going to until he got hurt.
He would have been Drake would have said.
Drake says he would have been a first round. He would have been top 3 though.
I don't know if he would have been a first rounder. He might have pushed for All-American status though.
Yeah, I mean, he was. Yeah,
and that's that potentially of all the years of our career, any player that might be the biggest what if season. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we know and this year, really good example. We have 2 linebackers that have been waiting in the wings. We on the outside, we've heard good things, right? We know Seth Wallace is the assistant head coach. He's a linebackers guy. We expect them to be good. We don't actually know until they go out there, until they're at Iowa State and they're having to call plays and fill holes and make tackle. Like, we don't know, but you do have a general idea. So I guess this 2025 ball club, with the schedule that we have, I'm trying to find our way to the end of this conversation in what is success for the Iowa Hawkeyes in 2025. And I have my own idea, and I don't usually do this, but I'm actually starting to come to a small prediction of final record of where I think they'll end up. Not exactly who they'll win and who they'll lose to, but a general spot of where they'll end up. I think the line of success rides at a very specific record, and then within that record, depending on who the losses are to, how those losses show, like how we play in those games. I think that if we go 8-4, that's our bare minimum where we can say we had a successful. That season was satisfactory. Maybe not successful, but it wasn't a disappointment.
That is what you're expecting.
I expect 8-4, and if 2 of those 4 losses are to the big dogs, Penn State and Oregon, they need to be somewhat competitive. Mm-hmm. Like, if we go 8-4, get our asses blown out. So that is such a Drake thing to say. Wow. That's even bad for me.
Just got game. Got Arch Manning sending us a Venmo afterwards.
Yeah. If Franklin has to Venmo us with a dong emoji after the game, that's, if Penn State and Oregon come into Kinnick, home games, and we don't we don't stay within 3 touchdowns of either team, it's going to be tough to say that plus 2 other losses to, whoever. It's going to be tough to say like, yeah, we were happy with this year. Like, fuck, no. Like, one of the big questions around this season with Mark Gronowski, a much better wide receiver room, is like, we need to get back that one thing that Iowa has had in the past, and that is, if you're a top-ranked team, you should be worried if you go into Kinnick.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go and we lose 2 close, tough games, and then, we play at USC, we play at Nebraska, we play at Iowa State, Indiana's at home, they're a top 20 team preseason. We lose a couple of those are tough teams. They got scholarships too. They got guys. Then I think we're at the very bottom baseline of, okay.
But even say like, see, here's the problem with the way you're framing it in my mind.
I know where you're going.
Even if the team is at expectation, does that mean it's successful? Like if you like had a complete rebuild year, you lost like 18 of your starters, and you're only expecting to go 7-5, right?
And you win
go
7-5.
Is that a successful year? I don't think anybody's like, oh, mission accomplished.
I don't think there's any hard, fast way for you and I to sit here and be like, this is exactly what success is. This is not. Because I think part of it is objective. Like, hey, and it could be only for the guys on the inside. Do we feel like we put our best or close to our best product out there and gave it our all?
Did we leave opportunities?
How much did we leave on the table? Yeah, it's tough. I don't think it's super definable.
Sure. Because I think about that 2014 team, and
oh man,
we were very, very close to an 11-1 ball club. We got
my God, yes.
But we were very close to an 11.
Dude, the schedule that year, we could have, and the way
that's why it makes everyone feel even worse how that season turned out. It's like,
but you know what? From guys on the inside, and we were young still, but we fucking deserved it.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. We left the opportunities on the field.
Yeah.
And we left them there all year long.
We gave
going on in the off season. And just I get what your point is, right? It's like, this is what we expect from what we have. And we can look back at the year and say, we got our most out of our guys, and some good teams beat us, right?
Right.
Yeah, you can hold your head high, but if you're a young, inexperienced team and you go 6-6, that's still not exactly a successful season.
Yeah, I would say, I guess how you're classifying it is, maybe it's not successful, but it's not.
You're at expectation, but expectation and success aren't exactly the same things. Right?
Yes, you didn't disappoint, but you're not aiming to not disappoint.
Right, exactly.
So maybe success.
Especially if it's going to be 16 teams here
next year.
Next year,
it's
going to be hard to say any season that you don't make the playoffs.
Well, so there you bring in the third qualifier: is how did we do relative to last year? What's our wins versus our expected wins, and then end of season, postseason, what does that look like? Is it successful? And you're right. With 16 teams in the playoff, Iowa being in the spot they are in the current college landscape.
I mean, if you just want to call it black and white, like
making the playoffs is successful
or unsuccessful, it's got to be the playoff.
It's a playoff. That's the line.
Yeah.
That's the hard line, which is a fucking tough line to draw.
No doubt. I'm not saying that, I expect Iowa to make the playoffs every year once it's a 16-team playoff.
No.
They won't.
No.
Love them to death. They won't. It's not going to happen. But
which in effect is saying I don't expect them to have a successful year every year.
Right.
It's tough, man.
We're talking about a highly competitive league with a ton of money out there. Like, these
100%.
coaches are making a ton of money. They're very talented at what they do.
Yep.
And you get a ton of money flowing out to the extremely talented athletes, right?
Yeah.
It's illogical to think that unless you're getting top level talent every year, that you're always going to be in the mix for,
Yeah.
I mean, look at it like in the pros. Like, they have dynasties, they go on runs, but those runs end eventually.
It's yeah. So,
Yeah, it's not going to happen every year, but
how do you see this year then against my sort of 8-4 line? How do you view it for this?
I mean, 8-4 is a good line, right? That's what's the Vegas line is 7.5, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty on the nose of what you could probably expect going into this year. Anything above that, good year. And like we've talked about this before, 10-2 with 2 close losses to those 2 teams, and you can maybe make the argument depending on how things shake out across the rest of the country.
Playoff wise, yeah.
We are a playoff team, right? We
Yeah.
won all of our games and we played hard versus 2 playoff teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're 10-2 with those 2 losses, and even if they don't make the playoff, I think you can call that a successful year, probably.
Oh yeah, if we win 10 games, that's success. I don't care. I
This
don't care
is a tough
what
schedule.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up here in a second. You can find that line though, Kev. You want to know where?
FanDuel.
Oh, you can bet that motherfucker at FanDuel.
Yeah.
And you can bet all the lines at FanDuel. It's funny.
I think they have the juice towards the under though. So
do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it's like if they win 8 games, it's like plus 130 something like that.
Let me see here. It's funny how many teams have a 7.5 win total. 7.5 is that number, man.
I mean, it's tough. That's a line, right? KF would always pull it out like how many teams win 8 games a year, 9 games a year, 10 games a year. And like the amount of teams that win 8 games a year, it's like 25 or less than 39. It's like,
yeah,
it was like, you get down to 16-10, it was like less than 10. And
for those interested, these are the Big Ten season win totals for every team this year on FanDuel, best sports book in America. Download it. Bet with us this season on the Big Blue. Illinois, 8.5. Indiana, opponent. A game that I'll be at. Kevin won't, unfortunately. Kevin needs to find ways to cancel his weekend because we have a private box.
Talk to my wife.
I'll talk to her. Also 8.5 for Indiana. Iowa, 7.5, as mentioned.
What's the juice at?
Juice to the under.
So plus one, I can't see it.
Oh, wait, no. Minus 150 under, plus 122 over.
Yeah, so they're really expecting 7.1 something wins.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So 8 wins and you get a little bit of extra money on you.
Maryland, 4.5. Tough year for the Terps. Michigan, 9.5. Michigan State, 5.5 wins for Michigan State. Wow. I think their schedule is pretty tough. Yeah. Nebraska, also 7.5, which is sort of embarrassing with the schedule they have.
It's minus 180 to go over.
Minus 162 to go over, plus 132 to go under.
I mean, they do have a tough schedule, but I don't know, man. They want people to bet the Nebraska over because they paid so much money on that for the last several years.
Dude, they're waiting for Nebraska to finish with 7.
They're just like dying to get people to bet Nebraska over, knowing that they never hit it.
We're going to have Searles on. I'm trying to schedule him sometime within the next 2 weeks before the season starts here to do our little Iowa, Nebraska, Big Ten walkthrough episode. And I'm very curious to see, because Searles is usually he stays unbiased as he can. I would love to know what he thinks the Huskers are going to win this year. Northwestern, David Braun might win in a fight. He's not going to win a lot of football games. 3.5 is the over-under. 3.5 with a fucking out of conference schedule, Kevin. That's not good.
No, dude, it's the Big Ten is tough, man, and he's trying to rebuild a program that is. I mean, it's never been a high flying program. I mean, honestly, what Fitzgerald did with that program is incredible,
unbelievable.
And the fact that he got ran out of town because some offensive linemen were doing fucking naked car washes. Unreal.
10.5 for the Buckeyes.
They got Texas and Penn State on the schedule. So
which tells you how much they respect them. Oregon 10.5, Penn State 10.5. There's your big 3. Purdue 3.5, Rutgers 5.5, UCLA 5.5, USC, another interesting team. We'll talk about them in a second. 7.5. Washington, a sleeper pick for many, 7.5. Wisconsin, 5.5. Tough one for the Badgers this year.
They have so hard on the under on that. What's the juice on either side of that?
5.5 on Wisconsin Badgers. You've got minus 172 for the under and plus 140 for the over.
We got to
Dude,
talk to our people at FanDuel. Get an alternate line on 4.5 for the Badgers.
I think you can if you've got the app, I think you can find the alternate lines in there. Or you can just choose one and it'll give
Because
you.
they are going. I can just see that they are on a tough stretch. They're like, I think.
Oh my God,
September.
it's their October, I think.
Yeah, exactly, through October, where they're gonna. They could just get beat up physically.
Oh, I was just gonna say they're not gonna have a team left, man. I mean, they are in for it, and
exactly. And like these dudes, I mean, especially in today's college football, man, is
dude. They go
if you're like on the edge of hurt and playing, but your team is kind of shit in the bed versus a very tough conference schedule or in non-conference too. They have Alabama.
They
like,
go.
Hey, we're 3-5 right now. I don't know if I really want to come back with this, this
business decisions,
this hamstring that I'm dealing with. My foot's halfway out the door already. I think I'm about going to another team.
Bro, they go.
I don't know how much. Like, there's gonna be, unless this is a really strong culture, there's gonna be dudes questioning whether they want to be there at the end of week 6.
Dude, after game 6. Yeah. So they get Miami and middle of Tennessee to open up. They then get Alabama and they're out of conference. And that Alabama game starts a stretch of Alabama, a little dip with Maryland, Michigan, Iowa. What?
They get a bye week before Michigan.
A bye week before Michigan, then Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon, and Washington, and Indiana, Illinois. They get, oh my God. It's so bad, dude. The Badgers are going to have 14 guys left.
4-8 is a very real possibility for them.
Where's the 6 wins? 1,
Miami,
2.
Tennessee State.
Maryland. And Minnesota?
By the end of that schedule? I don't know.
Will they have the 3s in?
They'll have to beat Minnesota and they'll have to beat either Iowa or Washington.
For them to cover, you're expecting them to win the 2 cupcakes to start, and then they have to win games.
They have to beat Maryland. They have to start 3-0.
They have Alabama's before that.
Yeah.
They got to start 3-1, and then they have to find wins against Iowa, Washington, and Minnesota.
They have to win 2 out of those 3.
Yeah. I do. So anybody listening, FanDuel
is 5.5?
5.5.
So they have to win 6 games. Wait. Miami, Mid-Tennessee, Maryland. And they have to win 3 out of Iowa, Washington
and Minnesota.
Or
Illinois or Indiana.
Indiana. They have to 3 out of. There's no way.
Dude, Wisconsin's the easiest bet. Do we put the mortgage in FanDuel and upload
it's just
it?
Not great odds, man. It's just not great odds. I want to see what if you took the hook off if it's at 5.
It's free money though, Kevin.
You're right. Yeah,
it's free, but they're just giving away money. So interesting totals, interesting conversation. It will be. Those are always fun to kind of go over when you're like 3 or 4 games in. You're like, wow, this team's got an uphill battle to hit that over under number. Lastly, for tonight, I put up a little, and this is relevant to the conversation. Sort of the same thing. This is how my brain views this year. I put this on Twitter. These are tiers of how ultimately how difficult it will be to beat these teams. In my brain, totally subjective. Again, I don't know. This is how it feels to me, though. There's 5 tiers. Every tier has 2 teams, except for the second tier, which has 4. Penn State and Oregon at the top.
Yep.
In that second tier of games, you have Indiana, Iowa State, USC, and Nebraska. Then I put Minnesota and Michigan State as the third tier, Wisconsin and Rutgers as the 4th tier, and then the 2 out of conference, Albany and UMass, in the last tier. A lot of good feedback on this. A lot of people said this is actually exactly how I see it. Nothing should be changed. A couple people think that A tier, you could, if you're really going to break this down, you could slide in a tier between the big dogs up top and maybe put like Indiana up there or the USC game. People are really nervous about traveling out west again after what we did against UCLA last year.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be a tough game just from geography standpoint. Also, like Rutgers is going to be a sneaky Friday night game.
I got that comment. Like
Rutgers that Friday night. Yeah,
I had two people say flip the B and C tiers. We've handled Minnesota. We're not worried about Michigan State, but Wisconsin is, they've had, and they were kind of talking
Michigan
about,
State's just you're feeling a little scarred from last year, which is valid.
It could be. I
Yeah,
think
we
I am.
could not stop them at all on defense.
I mean,
so that was a little scary.
They made us look like Phil Parker never taught us how to tackle.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when your DBs are just shredded to pieces.
For sure.
And I mean, that's going to be the make or break for this team again this year is how can we stay healthy in the back end and how well can our corners and safeties perform this year?
Ultimately,
I feel really good about pretty much everything else about this team.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I think the limiting factor is going to be is how does our secondary play this year?
And just like everybody else, there's some concern about top end ability and depth at the corner positions.
Yep, it's the toughest position on the.
It's tough, man. It's tough, and I shout out to the A&F podcast. I don't know if anybody listening watches those. It's by these two guys. They're twins, the Frederick twins. I think they've kind of came out of nowhere like a couple years ago and have done a really great job with this podcast. They did a 2-hour season preview breakdown of every position group, and they were talking about how, and they made a good point, how this defense, since basically coming back to our time, Kev, has really been anchored by like your stud corner.
Yeah, we've been pretty blessed.
Desmond King, Josh Jackson, Cooper DeJean, and it's like we don't have that guy. We don't have him. It's tough to have that guy too. I'm not saying that they grow.
If I'm an NIL GM, college, NIL director or whatever, I'm throwing a lot of money at a damn good cornerback
at a CB1
every single year, man. Every single year.
Well, and we
so many good so many college programs only have like their 1-star receiver, right?
Oh yeah,
that's who a lot of their offense runs through.
Mm-hmm.
You can shut that down. You can limit a whole lot of teams.
Yeah, it clamps up a lot on their offense. Yeah.
It's like make somebody else beat you.
Going back to this,
beat us in the front in between the tackles.
Yeah, like we're gonna take away your top end guy. Because if you can take away one guy, their biggest threat, then you're really cutting the playbook down. Now you can start to, to finish up these tiers. I think what I would change is I would just throw them into 4 tiers, and I would just combine the B and C tier, and I would basically say the B and C tier together. Those 4 teams: Minnesota, Michigan State, Wisconsin,
should win.
They should win games, but they're games that are very easy to lose if you just fuck around.
They're games that if you, going back to the betting theme, if you walk into the casino and they're paying even money on that game, you're like, but I have the edge to win. Why are you playing this game? You're going to bet on that game every single time. So we should win.
Yep. And then, you have the 2 cupcakes out of conference. You have the 2 big dogs up top. And then like I said in this tweet, this season really sort of rides, assuming we can take care of business of those bottom 6 teams. This season rides in that A tier. I mean, it's how are we going to do against those 4 teams?
Yeah, I mean, you sweep them and damn good job, right?
Yeah.
You go 1-4 and it's a very disappointing season.
And the thing to look out for each of these is the anchors of why each of these games are important, other than just being on the schedule. Every game's important. Iowa State's game 2. It's so early every year, and you're like, damn, we have it,
Yeah. We talked about it a couple podcasts ago. It's going to be a huge measuring stick for this program this year.
Indiana's the first real test in the Big Ten. That's week 5, and that's going to be a deal where it's like, okay, can we deal with a fast-paced offense? What's our defense look like? How are we going to fare?
Yeah, and if we lose both those games and we're 2-2 at the end of September, and the only 2 games that we've won are, cupcakes.
Yeah,
there's gonna be some nerves setting in from the.
It's gonna be a lot of nervous
fan
people.
base. Yeah.
USC already mentioned we have to make that travel trip. That just isn't good. And USC right there with Iowa, 7.5 win total. So they're projected to be not bad. They have some of the best recruits in the country. Literally, their 26 class is rated number 1 in the country. They recruit well, just as good as anybody. And then Nebraska, that's your finale. I mean, that is the 13-10. We need a fumble from Raiola to kick a field goal at the end of the game every year. It feels like it's going to be a coin flip. I named these. I said if I were going to name these tiers, it would be the stars align up top, the coin flip tier, the necessary but tough win, the controlled win, and then I think I said the mortal locks or something. Back to the betting tier. Having fun as we get closer to the season. It would be fun, Kevin, if I had a fat plate of
chicken lips. Fuck yeah.
Dude, when's the last time you've had Graze?
Because
it's been way too long. It's probably been, did they
Ike's birthday, he came into town and we got dinner at Graze and it was awesome.
Oh God. You got lips?
It was oh fuck yeah, we got lips.
Dude, they're so good.
So good. Their pizza is good too.
I haven't had their pizza.
What's that?
I haven't had the pizza.
Oh, so Pete took me through all their process of how they're doing the sourdough and how he feeds it and everything, and they got some good dough there.
Oh my God.
Their tacos are incredible too.
And man,
Kim was making us some really nice drinks. I don't even remember what they were, but they're quite delicious.
This is potentially the most authentic partnership that we could do. If you've ever listened to Kevin and I and Drake before talk about what kind of product Pete and Kim and Graze put out, it's so damn good. We don't even have to. It sells itself. Just please go and try it one time. Go and try it.
Stop in, like you can just grab a slice and go.
Or order it to go.
Oh yeah, the best way I think you can utilize their skill set is you can place to go orders, like if you're like hosting people for a game or you're like bring 50 chicken lips to the tailgate.
Perfect tailgate. Order in bulk.
Yeah.
Load your tailgate with Graze food and
ranch though.
Oh God.
You into their ranch?
Bruh. God, I want it right now. So bad. Graze Gourmet to go, Pete and Kim, the absolute goats. Like Kevin said in a text message to me, and I'm going to use this all season long. You eat at Graze, you drink at Big Grove, and you bet with FanDuel. It's that simple.
Sounds like a pretty good day to me.
Dude, you're just placing bets. You got some beer from Big Grove, you're hanging out, and then you finish with some chicken lips? Fuck yeah.
That sounds like, I would do that every day, all day.
We should do a a quad branded shirt. It's a walk-on t-shirt, and it just says, bet at FanDuel, drink at Big Grove, eat at Graze. Done. And that is how you participate in full with the walk-on army. Thank you guys so much for listening. I didn't even get to the big one. We were going to revisit the 10 questions for the seasons, off-season/season, and add a couple for this year. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The next episode that you're going to hear, Jeff Book is going to come back on from the Bigger 10 podcast that he does. He said, hey, let's do a preview of Iowa's opponents this year. I've done a lot of research, and I'm tired of acting like I don't hate half of these fucking teams. So excited to do that. And then the final guest episode before we start this season should be Jay Searles, if we can get him back on and get get that pre-season.
It's crazy, man. I'm excited for, dude, we're 2 weeks out, man.
We're so close.
It's so close to being back.
We're here with you all season long.
Watch so much college football. I'm going to bet so many games. It's going to be so much fun.
Through FanDuel, eating chicken lips. We're here with you all season long. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the Patreon if you're willing. And follow us on all the social medias. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace.